Thank you for visiting the Coin Lady channel again. According to a well-known XRP chart expert, the cryptocurrency is beginning to resemble its 2017 chart and is revealing specific price goals. At the upper end, it would not be surprised if XRP reached double digits. I don't normally forecast prices, but even considering the current market cycle, those ranges don't seem too far-fetched. In my opinion, XRP should have a wonderful holiday season if Bitcoin is indeed going to reach a new all-time high. Thus, we will jointly ascertain the precise nature of that. However, in my opinion, it is not out of the question at all. With that out of the way, I'd like to start by sharing some thoughts from Dan Morehead, the man behind the first U.S. crypto hedge fund Pantera Capital. Additionally, Dan Morehead is strongly in favor of XRP. And I recall our prediction from a long time ago, XRP will be one of those cryptocurrencies that, looking forward, will be viable in the long run. That person has always struck me as being quite perceptive. As compared to previous market cycles, he claims this one is somewhat unique. However, in my humble view, after reading his study, it appears that the asset class's maturation is what he's effectively spotlighting. However, he does point out that the number of coins that have consistently been in the top 10 is quite small. And very few have ever held the position of number 2 in market capitalization. Of those coins, XRP is a part. You can't help but imagine that XRP will be a part of this market's eventual boom if you still think it will be insignificant after more than a decade. Just so we're clear, I don't come from a financial family or anything. No matter what I say, you shouldn't buy or sell anything. I'm not a financial advisor. As a hobby and for fun, I enjoy making films on YouTube regarding crypto-related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. In this video, XRP is being recorded at 56 cents. Ethereum valued at $42,610, you scored 63 out of 100 on the Crypto Greed and Terror Index. Therefore, markets have largely been trading sideways since last week's ETF news. Here's another viewpoint from Pantera Capital's founder Dan Morgan. He wrote the following: "It's not that extreme, but it is what most regular people in the retail industry think it would be. The last rally was very different from this one." To conclude, the top tokens witnessed a dramatic shift at the 2021 high. For example, 14 of the top 20 tokens during the 2017 ICO-led bubble quickly fell out of the top 20 after a precipitous decline. 13 of those coins have dropped in value, bringing the average to 123 in terms of market cap. Only Tron made a triumphant comeback after initially falling out of the top 20. You can call it speculative froth and write it off as a wasted token now. Stop and consider this. Despite all the naysaying that has been going on recently, mostly directed against XRP due to the fact that it has, of course, fallen in value relative to other coins, XRP is merely maintaining its sideways trend. But that kind of thinking aside, in reality, XRP has continuously surpassed all coins for more than a decade, making it the undisputed champion. Quite unusual. Even though there are more than 20,000 cryptocurrencies, only few have made it into the top 10. Here we are, XRP, even if just for a second. Perhaps the market value reflects what XRP is truly capable of and what it's actually doing in the real world, despite the fact that it has been targeted by the SEC and that case has dragged around for years. In my opinion, even in the year 2024, the market still fails to adequately acknowledge the significance of utility. But there are a few instances where it's the same, like when you're staring at equities. Equities are no different. So, you're perusing a list of cryptocurrencies or stock market caps. The sum total of all the speculation out there is saying, here's what we think makes sense, with the hope that it will rise in the rankings as more and more people vote with their hard-earned cash. When it comes down to it, the collective intelligence of all humanity is what determines where cryptocurrencies and stocks are placed. Well, that's the way it is. I mean, it does make sense that XRP would always rank so highly when I look at this. It does, of course. You can moan and groan about the near-term price movement all you want, but I remain certain that XRP will shock and amaze everyone when this thing finally breaks. Delmore carries on with the 14 tokens that were removed from the 2017 times 20 were substituted with tokens that did not exist during the previous peak. That is absolutely mind-blowing, self-initiated chaos. The fact that nothing has changed during this rally is fascinating. This cycle is completely antithetical to the last. All 6 of the top positions, representing 83% of the market valuation, are unchanged this time around. Out of the top 10, 8 are identical. As for the top 20, 14 tokens were also retained. Therefore, I was stating at the beginning of the movie that this appears to be the asset class maturing. The fact that there is still a dearth of XRP means that you continue to have trouble sleeping. When compared to other large-cap coins, its size is so insignificant that, for the sake of possible multiplier effect, you might as well invest in a small-cap coin instead. Due to the low monetary supply, the doubling, tripling, quadrupling, etc. effects can be achieved with relatively small inflows of capital. Still, it's interesting to watch the asset class develop, and the best things always make it to the top in the end, no matter how long it takes. Regardless of how chaotic the procedure is likely to be. To a large extent, it is the point. Regardless, persists during each of those cycles. Sit back and take a look at this. There are just 6 tokens that appear on all 3 of the lists highlighted in gold, and Bitcoin is the constant. Only 4 tokens, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash, have ranked second in the 12 years following Litecoin's debut. It was only hosted for 1 day in Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin is the undisputed champion. Despite the fact that the downdraft was comparable in size to previous bad markets, we stressed throughout 2022 that blockchain was not experiencing an existential crisis, which made it distinct. Negative actors' headlines and leverage drove much of the price activity. For that reason, it should come as no surprise that the same projects keep popping up. They weren't depressed because the projects were bad. As the market as a whole fell, so did they. An excellent illustration of this is Solana, am I correct? Is XRP really beneficial in a practical sense? There are a lot of uses for it, indeed. The market is clearly active with developers, and it's reasonable to assume that XRP won't do very well here, especially since the market is just going to become better. It seems ridiculous to me. I hold that view just in my own mind. We'll observe the outcome. So, what is the true situation here? As I indicated at the beginning of the film, there is a well-known expert named Greg Crypto who claims that it will be a piece of cake in 2017 or so, assuming you have the time to review this. His genuine writing is this. Update on the average sentiment oscillator for XRP. That is, on October 3, 2023. Insights regarding past patterns were presented alongside the bullish cross. What's happening right now? It is my sincere belief that the present curve is very similar to the formation saw in 2017. Look at the graph below, which is labeled "Here is a visual depiction" for your reference. How do you feel about this? Could this be the beginning of a parabolic, insane pumper? Is a new card formation that will ultimately lead to a decrease in the percentage increase we saw last market cycle? I'll pause to say it again, I really doubt it. However, when considering the dollar gain, I am of the firm belief that it will surpass both the 2017 cycle and the prior market cycle, when XRP reached its all-time high. It's unfortunate, but it will be the case. And remember, XRP was the best performing cryptocurrency in 2017, its price reached all-time highs in late 2017 and continued to rise in early 2018. There was a 300% increase. Looking at it from the beginning to the end of the cycle reveals an increase of almost 80,000%. Therefore, I would still contend that XRP was where it was in that immature market for a reason, even though cryptocurrencies were notoriously volatile back then. At the very top, it has remained throughout. Seriously, the technology is very effective. It has achieved a network effect, therefore it will continue to have an impact. Forget about wondering if XRP will succeed, it has, after all, been around for more than a decade. Do you have any idea? Is XRP going to be relevant in 5 years? At that point, it will be technology from 2020. Well, I think it's already ridiculous, what with it being over a decade old and all. And if anything begins to change, you can be sure that we will announce it on the channel. Plus, we'll have our come to Jesus moment, if you will, but it seems unnecessary at the time. Obviously, this will be discarded. I enjoy the conjecture, but I'm not one to make price forecasts, so the real fun begins with the question of how high. The XRP cryptocurrency does have its intended users. This is all perfectly reasonable. I have no idea what's going to be hit. I still don't think any of this is completely insane, especially for this cycle. Now, as the cycle costs more money, my confidence wanes. Naturally, that makes sense. This is a pricing chart for XRP, but here is his comment. He took the time to write the latest XRP Giant Cup update. My bullish objectives have not changed, and my primary focus is on the current Giant Cup situation. The all-time high is $1.20. $75, $13.20, $7. As I said before, I have no idea if that will occur this market cycle, but the thought is intriguing. How heated this market gets will be seen. None of that, however, seems utterly crazy. More so when the amount in question is $13 or less. Indeed, we will observe the outcome. That, though, does not sound even slightly absurd. However, he elaborates on this and puts his thoughts down on paper. Second, to back up your theory, I find it helpful to look at historical charts and see how the price acts when it isn't affected by larger market patterns. Thirdly, I've seen that a lot of powerful accounts are currently mired down in what I called analysis paralysis. They're trying to navigate the complexities of macro and multiple chart analysis, but they keep getting caught up in the nuances. What follows is a careful examination of XRP's performance in relation to the cup edge and the intimidating Atlas lines. At the moment, XRP is deftly following the cup's curved structure, going up with higher lows. The 55-cent level is a strong support. Although I am not putting my hopes in this particular scenario, rather, I am fixated on the broader picture. My steadfast conviction is that the weekly candle will not close below 50 cents, or that the edge of the Atlas line will be at 43 cents. Therefore, it appears that he does not believe there is a high probability that we will be going significantly lower, if we do descend at all. He and other analysts have been speculating about this level for some time, whether it's 54 cents, 55 cents, or 56 cents. Several analysts have pointed out this level as being very important. This person believes that we will most likely close above $1 in the near future, around $1.20, and does not anticipate that we will close below the 50-cent mark. Potentially $13 to $27 before the cycle ends. That would be fine with me. That would be fine with me. More than 6 years have passed, so I suppose that counts. Thus, for that to materialize at last, it would make me very delighted, indeed. In light of this market cycle, what do you all anticipate will probably happen? Please share your thoughts in the space provided. Nothing I say should influence your decision to buy or sell, because I am not a financial advisor. And as always, if you enjoy it, subscribe to it. Goodbye for now.